Second straight start for Heineke. Trickeration, they throw it back to Heineke. Sets his feet, fires. Open targets London. So the trick play gets Atlanta to near midfield. 22-yard pickup. First down, Robinson. Bijan Robinson changes course to the outside, past the 40, and has that scissor step near the 30-yard line before being run out by Eddie Jackson. One trick play work, got the treat. The second one, not so much. 3rd and 17. Heineke slant. There's London, his second catch. Most catches in the first 2 seasons for any Falcons player. Well, this is exactly 50 for Younghoe Koo. Snap clean, picked, well short. Bears' first drive after the Younghoe Koo missed field goal. Justin Fields to work, has DJ Moore into the breadbasket. Inside the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 9. On the edge of field goal range. Fields time. Check down. Johnson turns the corner, has the first down. Zooms towards the goal line. Pirouetted to the pylon. 3rd down and goal. Fields flings back corner. More. Touchdown Bears! Right in front of Jesse Bates as Chicago scores first.
Look at him in the slot. He's not outside going against any of the cornerbacks right there. And he gets a chance to get matched up on Jesse Bates, who's coming from that safety spot, and he just outruns him to the pylon. But a great job by him. We call it late hands. He doesn't show it early.
Bijan Robinson to Heineke's right, 3rd down. Heineke again holds on, tucks and runs. Showed this ability in the start against the Colts. Ducks out of bounds and has the first down. First down in plus territory. Heineke this time launches. London's there. Hauls it in. Inside the 30.
On this drive.
3rd down and 5. Heineke flicks just a step in front of Jefferson. He was still taking his steps, it looked like, but Koo hits the upright. And no good, so that ends the streak. He knows why now. It's one of the biggest differences between him this year and years past. Knows why he's supposed to be doing certain things, like throwing the ball deep to DJ Moore. Out of bounds, just shy of the 30. Against Carolina. That extends another game. Bears offense in the red zone. Fields on the rollout. Off balance throw across the body. It's there. Inside the 10-yard line for Robert Tonyan. Trent Taylor in motion. There is Fields in his legs. Dances outside. Stretches. Touchdown. Justin Fields.
Watch Fields, quarterback draw all the way, bounces it outside, got a block on the edge there from DJ Moore. A.J. Terrell was not happy. He felt like he was held. Watch the left side of your screen there. DJ Moore pulling the jersey towards him. Terrell's not happy. Usually, Jason, that gets called when you're in open space and on the perimeter like that.
No doubt about it.
14 in the second quarter.
Fair point. Heineke screen, Algier away from the body catch. Algier marches, still with space, breaks through. Tyler Algier, does he have enough? Yes, sir. Touchdown, Falcons, 75 yards.
Unless the big guys get out and do some work. Watch Lindstrom in particular, 63. Find his way to get out there. This is the man-to-man guy right there, Tremaine Edmonds. Lindstrom locks up the guy who has Algier man-to-man. He gets some good blocks down the field, and it is a house call for Algier. Wow.
That's Scott in motion. 3rd and 7. Fields flings Moore right at the sticks, has the first down. A comfortable Fields hands it off on first down. Herbert gets through the initial rush to the outside and has the first down.
For a possible block in the back.
12th pass to the 11 runs for the Bears. Sidearm throw. Tyler Scott dances out of bounds. Get out the way. Looking for his first winning season, Arthur Smith. Robert Tonyan wide open. The tight end rumbles inside the 15. Tonyan in at tight end, handed off. Johnson marches through. Touchdown, Bears.
Potential to keep it. That gun, look at Calais Campbell as he comes off that edge. He puts his foot in the ground for a split second to see who has the ball, and right there Johnson has it.
Made him miss and made the play.
Third down. Heineke into traffic again. Bobbled and drops. Daryl Hodge was the receiver. On third down, Fields doesn't have any time. Caden Ellis like a blur. The fifth-year pro out of Idaho.
A timeout after this play.
3rd and 8 through the light snow. Heineke over the middle. It's a diving interception. DJ Edwards. And the Bears with 1:02 left, still on 3 timeouts. Time to celebrate on New Year's Eve. From the 36, 3rd and 8. Fields again flushed. Tries to set his feet and slides at the 36. Bears want a flag. Crowd does as well. Doesn't come. No gain, 4th down. Santos. And this is going to be returned by Alford. Alford. 15. Again, a lot of slower players on the field on these type of plays on a short field goal. And Alford maneuvers down the sideline, maneuvers back in. Alford stumbles down at the 15. Wow, he almost did it. Shades of the Iron Bowl while back. Short field goal.
So keep an eye out if they choose to go for it instead of go for field goals.
Good note to keep track of in the second half. Right on the money on the post. DJ Moore in the Falcon territory for DJ Moore. Herbert with Blossom game blocking. Herbert.
That man is 39 years old, and he's still dishing out pancakes in the NFL.
Herbert this time has the first down, and Moore explodes down the sidelines, cuts in, and finally toppled around the 3. 20 family and friends for the Fort Wayne, Indiana products. 3rd and goal, Fields backpedals, finds Scott, tiptoe in, can't do it, it's incomplete. Santos, who signed a contract extension last week, will be the Bears kicker for a while. 1st and 10. Heineke finds Jefferson. Van Jefferson, the former Ram. Low snap, play action. Heineke fires. Has the tight end, Mike Pruitt in the 2nd level.
He is a tough guy, a tough quarterback, and he makes the throw.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 93. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the result of the play. Automatic first down.
Been a while since the Falcons threw the ball to Kyle Pitts.
Cordell Patterson's one of the receivers in this formation. Janu Smith well short and didn't even haul it in, incomplete. Clean snap, Koo. Gets it. 3rd down, 8 to go. Fields pressured immediately. Athleticism escapes that one. Fields, are you kidding me? Has the first down and scoots out of bounds. The man is a magician.
Bud Dupree, top of the screen, comes free, and Fields shrugs him off. Then he gets out of David Onyemata. He's 320 pounds, and Justin Fields shrugs these guys off and gets first downs. I think, Jason, he's as good as anybody doing it.
He is a bad, bad man when he's making plays like that. Are you going to do that back-to-back years? We shall see.
High snap, Fields. Roll out, sidearm throw, right on the money. That's Colin Johnson, the practice squad call-up. Elevated to bigger roles for the Bears in the secondary. Heineke, play action. Looks right, then back left, and one of those rookies makes a pick at Tyreek Stevenson. Heineke floated it. Stevenson hauls it in. Fields, clean pocket, has more. Crossing route, in stride. Stiff arms Terrell. And then steps out of bounds. An incredible afternoon for DJ Moore.
Would bring heat here.
Third down back, Roschon Johnson in. Falcons do rush an extra player. Moore there over the middle. DJ Moore is about a yard shy of the first. Field goal good would make a 17-point lead. 3 possessions. This from 42. And Santos is perfect. In the win against the Colts last week. Up the middle. You can see the elusiveness of Robinson with the jump cut. And picks up about 13. Third down and 7. Bears rush an extra. Heineke unleashes. Jefferson is shorts. Edmonds brings them back.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 93.
Down 3 scores on the road. Heineke. Quick dart. Jefferson hammered down. He's in motion. 3rd and 4. Heineke has time. Escape valve left. Being chased from behind. Has the first down. And more. Heineke zooms all the way. And scores. Taylor Heineke. 24 yards.
Taylor Heineke's out here trying to do his best Justin Fields impersonation. He has run the ball very effectively and was able to run away from those 2 DNs and get some awesome blocks downfield.
And that's what he does a good job of.
Back on the field, 1st and 10. Going to work with the arm. Over the middle, Moore again. That is catch number 9. Down the sideline. And out near midfield. Play clock at just 3. Snow falling a bit heavier than it was earlier on. Fields checks it down. Johnson. Pinball stays up to near midfield into Falcon territory. Still shy of the first. 4 rush. Heineke examines, kicks rid of it at the last second, but incomplete. For a Bears team looking for their 5th straight home win. Fields spins out of it. How did he do it again? Houdini to the outside, lowers the shoulder, has the first down.
Surprised by it.
3rd and 4. Fields, rockets, more. No. Off his hand. Santos, a 42-yarder to make it a 13-point lead. He does, but it does leave the door open. Falcons have to work with pace. 3rd and 17. Heineke knocked away. London was the go-to guy. DJ Edwards was close.
For the Bears, you're looking to try to steal one.
4th and 17. Heineke with the limp spins away, throws across the body. It's intercepted by Kyler Gordon. Falcons with 1 timeout left. 2nd and 8. Handoff. Herbert. First down. Once more. Extends the strides. Stiff arm. Reaches. And marked out at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. Komet is in at tight end. Handoff to Herbert. Finishes it off with a touchdown.
Behind Mercedes Lewis. Watch the right side of your screen. You'll see 84 with a dominant block at the point of attack right there. Herbert runs right off his rear.
Desmond Ridder takes over. 3 interceptions for Heineke. Robinson. First down yardage. Keep in mind, the 0-4 start, the 14 losses in a row going back to last year, there was a lot of reasons for negativity. Pivot their season around. That's part of the reason why I'm a fan, personally, of the extended playoff field. Intercepted again. Tyreek Stevenson, rookie from Miami, putting on a show at Soldier Field. 3rd down, 25. Atlanta without any timeouts. Keep it on the ground. Ridder threw an interception on his last drive in relief of Heineke. And the Falcons will just run with Algier and get out of here.
And then you couple that with the fact of the draft stock that they're going to have. That 1st overall pick and then their 1st round pick. That's where you really start to build your roster around the guys you have.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 5-game home winning streak for the Chicago Bears. Finished the home slate 5-3. They get the win 37-17.